Hello everyone, and welcome to Keeping Up with Kai. I'm your host, Micaiah Lawrence, and I am so excited to have you all join me for today's adventure through Meridian Township. I'm learning more every day and can't wait to share my discoveries with you. Today, we are at the Harris Nature Center. Located in Meridian Township, the center features rescued wildlife, numerous trails, and educational opportunities for the community. The center opened its doors to the public in 1997 and serves more than 20,000 visitors every year. We're here today to talk to one of the people that keep the wheels turning at the Harris Nature Center. I'm here with Katie Adams, the Park and Land Preservation Superintendent of Meridian Township. How are you doing today, Katie?
I'm fantastic, thank you.
You're welcome. So before we start, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and your position in the township?
Sure. So I've been with Meridian Township for almost 20 years now. Started out as a park naturalist here at the Harris Nature Center, and now I am the Parks and Land Preservation Superintendent. So I oversee the maintenance in all the parks in the township, and I oversee the operations here at the center as well.
Awesome. So we know the center officially opened in 1997, but can you tell us a little bit more about how it came to be?
Yeah, so this was a home, which I think is a pretty interesting story for most people when you look at old pictures and stuff to see what each of the rooms were. And we acquired the property in 1996 with a grant through the Michigan DNR. And over the years, it just kept growing. In the beginning, when they first opened the doors, there was pretty minimal open hours. There wasn't a whole lot inside here. It was pretty empty. So most of what was considered the nature center was outside and on the trails. And so that's where you enjoyed nature. And then over time, we just started accumulating and acquiring a lot of these different educational pieces. And now it's a pretty popular destination and a gem, if you will, of the township.
Yeah, absolutely. So can you tell us about a few of the animals here and how they ended up at the center?
Yeah, so most of the animals that we have currently have been here a really long time. So it's kind of fun that they've been here for as long as they have. Tycho, the eastern box turtle, is actually the first turtle you see when you walk in the building. He's been here since the very beginning. He was the first donated animal that we received and actually was purchased in a pet store way back in the day when that was legal. It's not a legal thing anymore, so he was not born in the wild. He was captive, though he is a wild Michigan native species. So, and Tycho is actually what the Nature Exploration Area climbable turtle is modeled after, and our logo as well. So he's pretty popular. But we have 4 other eastern box turtles. We have some amphibians like frogs, salamanders, lots of turtles. It's sort of our claim to fame. And we also have some birds as well.
Yeah, so you mentioned that he's a Michigan native turtle. Are all of the animals here at this center Michigan native animals?
Yeah, so we only house Michigan native animals for our education purposes. So our goal here at the Nature Center is to educate the public about Michigan native everything, if you will. So flora and fauna and the river ecosystem and those types of things. So everything we have is from the state of Michigan.
Yeah, absolutely. So on the topic of visiting educational opportunities and everything, like you said, it's described as having educational opportunities. Can you talk about how some of those may look?
Yeah, sure. So there's some options to just explore on your own, and all of our tanks inside, as well as some of the exhibits outside, have signs, interpretive signs, so people can kind of educate themselves. You can spend time in the woods just learning on your own. But then we also offer a lot of different programs. So we have public programs from dog walks to campfire programs to wildflower walks in the spring, just a lot of different things. Summer camp, lots of school groups. We offer scout programs. So a lot of different ways that you can learn here. And then we also throw in some fun stuff like wine in the woods or kids' night out in nature, just kind of different things where we'll sneak in a little bit of education, but really we're just trying to get people out loving nature.
Yeah, that seems like a ton of fun for the kids and the community as a whole. So we've talked about the center mostly so far. So now I want to ask you about some of your experiences here. What's something you've learned while working within the parks and here at the center?
I guess I've learned a lot because I've been here a long time. So a lot of things that I do now is through the experiences that I've had. I just think it's really interesting to have worked with so many different people from the public and just seeing how people learn differently and being able to adapt my methods of teaching and those kinds of things to just everything that I learned. It's a lot of fun watching people enjoy nature in different ways.
Yeah, absolutely. So going off of that, what would you say is your favorite part of your job?
Oh, that's a really hard thing to answer. I love a lot of what I do, but I guess my favorite thing is that is just being a part of a team that's providing all of this, you know. So all the parks in Meridian Township. So it's nice to have a hand in making sure that the public is enjoying themselves in a safe way, an educational way, and just something that hopefully inspires their life.
Yeah, so that seems like a lot of fun. You get to work with animals, you get to enjoy being outside when it is nice out and not rainy like it was this morning. But just like any other position, I'm sure it has its difficult times. Can you tell us about like a challenge you face within the center or with the parks as a whole?
Yeah, well, I mean, probably our biggest challenge, and I think this is countrywide in any kind of job that you're in now, is just not having enough staff to provide everything that we want to provide. So it's a challenge. We do a lot with very little. I think we're making it work, but you know, it's just one of those things where it's just is what it is, and you got to make the best of it. So I think that all of our team works really hard to do everything that we can with what we have.
Absolutely. So I feel like I've gotten to learn a lot and I've already enjoyed this so much. Can you tell us a little bit about why having sanctuaries like the Harris Nature Center is important?
I think, especially with our animal program here, a lot of people don't get to see these types of animals up close. And so I think that it brings a whole different level of appreciation for people, just to be able to be immersed in nature, to be up close with nature. I think that side of it allows you to appreciate it more and then want to, you know, preserve it.
Absolutely. So before we go, I have one more question for you. What's something that you hope the community gets from visiting the center?
I hope they come back. I hope that they learn one thing when they walk in the door, whether that's, you know, reading a tank or asking us a question or just finding something along the trails that's really intriguing to them. But I ultimately hope that it brings them back time and again.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for this. I appreciate you taking the time to talk with us today.
Thanks so much.
And I'm so excited to get to see all of the animals. That's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for keeping me company for this episode of Keeping Up with Kai. Make sure to check out the HOMTV and Harris Nature Center websites for more information and other updates. I can't wait to explore another hidden gem of Meridian Township. Until next time, I'm Micaiah Lawrence.